Alrighty, folks, got some more open singles action for you here. The 2024 Hall of Fame Classic, or 17th or better. It is Jacob Balcos on the left-hand side and Terry Rue on the right-hand side. 3 out of 5, win by 2 in the 5th. Just getting underway here. I haven't seen Balcos play this weekend, or I haven't yet. And having some success. Terry Rue, of course, the perennial Fooser, sitting there 4th, 6th, 9th. Sometimes first.
He had a world title in 2015, I think, with Rob Mares.
Mm-hmm.
They did one of the cooler things I've seen in doubles, where Terry was playing goal, Mares was playing forward, and anytime the defensive team switched, Rob Mares and Terry Rue would also switch, no matter what. So if the opponent would switch to block, Rob's 5-bar or whatever, his 3-bar, Terry and Rob would also switch to completely wastify the defensive switch, which I just thought was super cool.
They did that the entire
tournament. I saw him do it in some of the late stage matches in the pits, because I was a rookie and losing and not playing in any event. So I watched all the matches. And I actually asked, because that was only like my first year being around foosball, and I wanted to know, like, what's the thinking here? They switched because they were scared of you, and then you switched. Like, what's that all about? It's like, oh, that's just something we agreed on, like before the tournament, like in leading up when we talked about theory and practiced and all this stuff. That was just one of the tactics that we were going to employ. Is if the opponent switched in a defensive situation, we switched no matter what.
So who did they play in the finals? Did they have king seat?
They did have king seat, I believe. I can tell you for sure they played Tony and Todd.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll look up the bracket real quick and tell you, but I think they did have king seat. And in that final, Rob had the highest percentage of any final ever. He shot 75%. He was 9 for 12 in that final, which is just, it's like in baseball. It's like going 9 for 12 with 4 home runs. I mean, it's crazy. And to do that in a World Series is just dumb. And that's what he did.
Doubly wow.
Double wow.
2-2 first game. Balcos. What do you make of his game?
I think he's incredibly talented. I think he has a lot of natural skill. He's also, and this matters for something, which is why I'm saying it. He's also like a nice kid that is likable, and the other good players are cool with him. So that it's nice to be friends with the best players because you can learn a lot more that way. And I think he's a good kid with a lot of talent and a bright future. And I think with a player like Terry Rue, I think Balcos is good enough to make this uncomfortable. Like that save right there, that's talent. That's not something you can necessarily practice, and that's a good skill to have. Playing somebody like Terry Rue, I do think Balcos is outclassed a little bit. I think Terry is a lot better, but I also think that Jacob is in that range of player who, if he has a good game, this is not an easy win for Terry at all. He can definitely beat Terry, and Terry will have to bring his Pro Master game to the table and execute it at a master level if he wants to beat Balcos. Because one thing for sure I can tell you about Balcos is he is consistent. He knows how to pass, he knows how to shoot, and you can tell he practices foosball, man. He's good at foosball.
Yes, he just did something interesting there, that 5-bar pass. Right before he passed it, he did a pump fake with his 3-bar. I don't know if that affected Terry. I don't even know if I would notice somebody doing that or if that would even matter to me if I didn't see movement on the ball. Do you think that's a useful tactic? I don't see people really doing that.
I think it's next level strategy. I think you have to know your opponent. If you just do that and expect it to work, that's probably not going to serve you well against the field. But if you know that you're playing somebody like Terry, who A, is very smart, and B, very quick-handed, anytime you can give him extra information and fool him with it, that's a win. So if you think that I can flutter my 3-bar out here because Terry is A, smart enough to see it, and B, fast enough to respond to it, in that split second, you can give him false information and then have a pass based on a different set of information that you didn't show Terry. I think it's a good play. Now, if you just expect to just walk up to the table and do that to every Tom, Dick, and Harry you play, it's going to wear itself out, and you'll lose confidence in that strategy, and it eventually won't work. But in that moment, yeah, of course.
Love it. Balcos goes up 1-0.
Yeah. These are the matches that I actually enjoy the most because there's really no way to easily pick who will win. Because even though I do think Terry is the better player, the upset potential is fully here, and it's a player that you've watched for decades and a player that's up and coming, so that's cool. And then also they're both, I find them both to be nice people. So I don't have like a clear favorite here. I don't really care who wins. And it's a lot easier to watch foosball and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
There are people that I actively root against. Shocker, I know. Oh, you'd like to know who they are? Sure, I don't mind sharing that. Sorry.
I was about to say, that reminds me of what we were talking about in the last match. We were talking about rod throws, and I was going to ask you who your top 3 favorite rod throws are.
Oh yeah, well that I can tell you two right off the bat. One is Ron Olson, which is I put him in that number 1 slot for rod throws. And Phil Schlafer is knocking on the door. He does a hybrid wall bang rod throw, which is my favorite wrestler also, coincidentally.
And cocktail.
Wall bang rod throw. So I think those are 2. I don't know about the third one, man. I mean, Jacob has a good one for sure, and I don't know if that's why you're asking, but he has a way of letting go of the rod as he knocks it in. That's kind of smooth. Brandon Munoz has one that's really good. I don't know what they're talking about here. What the potential call or non-call was, but yeah, Ron Olson, Phil Schlafer, definitely 2 of those top 3, and then I don't know, maybe. Terry has such a slick 2-bar, man.
He's so fast, and what I really like about it is it's such an economy of motion.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of Moreland's 2-bar. Completely different styles, but just the mechanics of economy is just excellent. 4-0 quickly for Rue.
Just fumbles it back to the 5-bar. What was that?
I can never tell with Jacob. Like he plays fearless.
Yeah,
and I think that's a really great attribute. But I can't tell if that drubbing that just happened was because he stopped playing fearless, or if that was just Terry got on a roll. A lot of table cleaning going on, though.
I think that's just a result of. I mean, the more you do that, the more you'll fix the thing that caused it. And so, look him up in 2-3 years, and that won't happen anymore. It's a tiny bit of mechanics that are flawed and imperfect and human and all that stuff. And it's just, if anything, it's just a brain fart. And I don't think it really means a whole lot. And you do that once or twice in a big moment, and it just, you don't let it happen again. So he's at that point in his playing career where stuff like that sneaks in.
It does, and I don't know. I felt like there was just a little bit of a deflation there on that the first point that was scored by Rue was actually scored by Jacob. His rollover got carried back to his own goal, and then after that, it was just like Terry Rue went to the next level. But Balcos is coming back now 2-0 in this third game.
That's a slick pass.
I don't see him shoot from the 2. Doesn't shoot from the 2, does he?
Not in singles. I mean, he can. I've seen him. You see him playing doubles. He can. He's got a cannon back there. He can hit the ball. He can score. I think the 2 to the 5 is a higher percentage play, and for the players who use that series and are able to, which that's a play you don't see often by Terry because he almost exclusively shoots from the 2 bar. So for him to pass to the 5 bar is quite a surprise. But yeah, Jacob can shoot from the back, but he opts for the 2 to the 5, I think, for the sake of percentages.
Rue does this beautiful circle reset long. So smooth off that 3.
Good little rod throw. Just a toss.
Little toss.
I don't think Jacob's biting on any of these fakes or hitches or anything that Terry's throwing out there for him. I think a couple of shots ago you did see Terry score on a pull shot where he kind of made it look like he was going long and then tapped it middle instead, and Jacob had already jumped out of the way. But for the most part, I think Jacob's staying home on these hitches and fakes and other movements that Terry's trying to throw at him. Jacob is just all over Terry right now. Defensively, offensively, it's not good if you're rooting for Terry.
Balcos gets on these rolls with this shot where he just seemingly is quick shooting, but he's clearly looking at something. And we know what Robertson was talking about, what he does.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Camera died for a minute there. Literally like 2 seconds.
Yep. We're back, though, just in time to see Balcos put that one away. But again, he just gets on these rolls with his rollover. What is he looking for?
I don't know that he is. I think it's an intuition or an instinct. I think it's a thing where half thought, trust thought.
I like that.
Or maybe not even thought. Have see thing, hit thing. I don't know. It's. I don't think there's a whole lot. It's kind of the thing that Blake Robertson does, where he just feels it and he just knows, this is where I'm going and it will be there, and I know it's going to be there. And if you said, "Hey, can you say why?" the answer is, "Well, no. I just know." There's different ways to know a thing. Sometimes it's your brain. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you walk into a room in an empty house and your body is screaming, "Get out." Not okay. Something bad here. And see that in movies. That's a real thing, dude.
I like that. Intuition.
Yeah. Intuition, instinct. Everyone. I think intuition is probably the most accurate word for it.
Balcos is putting on a 5-bar display here, hitting so many different options with so many different looks. And Rue has just not slowed down. He's just forcing this up-tempo game. Then he slows down. Scores.
Have you ever seen him play 2-ball rollerball?
Yes.
He might be one of the best.
I think he is, and I think his 2-ball rollerball 3-bar is a sight to behold.
Yeah.
It's and I was, we were talking about how much of a nice guy he is, and he is. But the one time I've played against him in 2-ball rollerball, he was mean.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, his smack talk in 2-ball is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it just comes from. It was so unexpected.
Right.
I won't repeat it here, but
no, thank you, because YouTube probably won't allow it.
Yeah, but it's still, and he's just smiling the entire time.
Yeah. He has won the Sportsman of the Year award so many times that it got to the point to where people just wouldn't even vote. Like it was because it was so automatic. And I still think, by the way, if the powers that be ever hear this, I still think this is something that should be a thing in foosball. God, did you see that?
Yeah.
Brushed it up over to the middle guy and then straight into a backhand. Dude, that is sweet. I think it should be called the Terry Rue Sportsman of the Year Award, and I think that he should be ineligible. Like, just name it after him, permanently honor him for being a good sport, who is nice and will shake your hand and say great job, and also fist pump when slop goes in. I'm about it. I love that.
Yeah.
But just call the thing the Terry Rue Sportsman of the Year Award and honor him permanently while also making him ineligible to ever win it. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a really great idea. You know, you've gotten to a point in your career when they're naming awards after you.
Yeah. You probably didn't know that I have my own.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the Clay Toomey What Are You Doing Talking to Me Award.
Wait, do you get it or do other people get it?
Nobody gets it.
Oh.
Get it?
Oh, meta.
Sling.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of meta, Rue turned it up to 11 and said, how do you do? It's game 5.
Yeah. And the fist bump before the game 5. That's the Sportsman of the War. Award. It was the Sportsman of a War. Sweet.
Try that again.
Who needs to talk? That's the Sportsman of the Year award stuff that I envy. I wish I had that, man. I want to do that. Great playing, fist bump. Here we go, game 5. Meanwhile, I'm more likely to be. And you can see Terry's shots really coming alive. All the things that he's also a very practiced player. He's very high percentage with his execution rate, and the things that he can do, and particularly from the 2-bar, are just they're pretty. They're perfect, I think. I would not want to find myself in Jacob's situation right now. He's playing great.
Up. He is.
But I don't really know where Terry's coming from right now. He's shown us that he is willing to shoot. I think he's had a shot from every man on the table this match. Except maybe a couple of his goalie rod guys. But even then, he's passed to the 5-bar with those. He's tried one on each side. Is where you see Balcos start to kind of overshoot it a little bit instead of doing the smooth, like pretty takeoff that he had earlier in this match. You can see that his adrenaline has kicked in quite a bit. At least from the 3-bar, he's still passing smooth as could be from the 2-bar.
In his 5-bar too, we saw him do a very, very. He hit it to the 1-man on his 3, but it was in the 2-man position. Beautiful pass. See if he slows it down here. Getting a bit more of a handle on it, 2-1.
Yeah.
But he's still playing at Rue's pace. A couple breaks like that. If you give a Rue a break. What do you say?
I didn't hear the actual word. He was laughing as he walked off, but he's referring to Jacob is trying to pass that such a steep brush down. He's basically starting in Minnesota, brushing it down to Vegas.
Yeah. Goal attempt from Rue. He is just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I wish we had numbers on this match. I miss Dan.
Yeah.
See, man, you just Terry has had this game plan the entire match, and it hadn't fully worked out for him. Where he's willing to shoot from every rod. This is not a play style that you see from him. This in a quote unquote real event, you might see, and definitely in pickup games, or maybe some doubles matches here and there, or whatever the case may be. But he's typically quite a bit more conservative with his game than this. So. I would think that would be a bit unsettling.
Yeah, but it's great. We talk about game planning or have an idea of what you need to do with your matchups and who you're playing, especially in singles.
Yeah.
Now, this is what he did. He's been moving Jacob towards this the entire game, or the entire set.
Another turnover. That's brutal.
Match point for Rue.
Can't give up free shots in that moment. That is tough.
Almost ended it there with a stuff and probably a fist pump right afterwards.
Terry is in swat it mode.
Yeah. He turned on the wood chipper.
I think Jacob's strong side is his pull side. He can definitely go push fine, and was looking for middle there. But it looked like Terry is really kind of over guarding that pull side, knowing that that's Jacob's. That's where his eyes are, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was fully expecting Rue to end it there on the 2-bar. Oh my gosh. Quick grab from him and a front pin attempt.
I think that was closed-handed, too.
Yeah, it was a closed hand front pin. He's been threatening on that short pull. Jacob's there. He's trying to pull him off every time he does that. Pulls it over. Tried to hit it there, but it's stuffed back in, and we are going into overtime.
Yeah, and that was the thought that was on my mind right there, is if you're Jacob, it's 4-3. You don't need to win. You're not going to win right there with one ball. Just get it to overtime. And gets the defensive stuff, and that's where we are.
Quickly, though, Rue responds 5-4. It's fun. I don't really get to see Rue play a lot of singles.
Yeah. He's good. That's Jacob's second timeout. Remember, he called the other one on the 5-bar, too. And they did mark that correctly, so you're not going to see a third timeout here. I love the third timeout, Adam.
Yeah, I know. What's your favorite part about it?
Just being able to mock someone's absolute mindless decision of being, anything that can, if I can put you down, that means I go up a little bit.
Nice. That's good.
I don't know why I like it. That's not the reason why. Terry's still swinging for the fences here with all of his funsy shots, man, and Jacob is just blocking them. And credit to Jacob for not jumping out of the way, because it is hard to not move when people are doing that kind of stuff. A panic defensive, jerk is hard to avoid for a lot of people.
It is.
But no, I don't know why I like the third timeout so much. I think it's just fun. That and the third wall. I love the third wall too. I just think it's funny. It's like watching. You ever seen somebody walking through the parking lot, or the grocery store or whatever, and then they just trip on a perfectly flat piece of earth, and you don't know why. I don't know if their toe gets caught or it's something, and they just trip. And I just think it's funny because it's a part of life, and I can't explain why. I laugh when I do it too. By the way, I never call a third timeout, but if I trip over a thing that's not there, I think it's hilarious.
It is match point for Balcos now. Turned the tables a little. It's just grabbed by Rue.
I'm exhausted watching these two guys play. I mean, this has been pedal to the metal for 30 minutes. I mean, we're in overtime of Game 5, and it still looks like they're just playing rollerball, like warm-up style. I mean, this is breakneck pace.
It is. I've been sitting for an hour straight, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah. And this entire match, Jacob has just never backed down. Just casually grabbing that rebound off the back.
Match point, Balcos. Ooh, beautiful pass to his 3.
Yeah.
Calls a timeout.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't know that I've seen Terry with this play style over this many balls in a match. Jacob asking if he got him. they compromise and it goes to the 5-bar instead. I do think that was a jar. What do you do? It's a fake. It's like a hesitation, fake, pull shot into the push kick. Do you stay put? Do you jump? Do you just cry? Do you just crawl under the table and cry? That's what I'd do.
That's what I'd do. It is now as far as we can go. Balcos. Oh my gosh. It's a marathon. Somebody with a little cup should be spraying him with water.
You see the execution faltered just a little bit there. That is Jacob's ball. It was 6-6 and he scored?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really do wish we had the numbers on this because I think they both had some nice offensive plays. I think Jacob's defense is getting the better of Terry for most of this match. And I think the spots where Terry has gotten back into the match have just been fumbles or mental errors or other kind of plays like that from Jacob. But I think Jacob has been the defensively superior player in this match.
Yeah.
And I wish I had a number to attach to that because I can't say exactly what that number is. But it just seems that way.
Here we go. As far as we could go. 7-7 in the 5th.
As they say in Colorado, so you know nobody from Colorado is here.
Rue threatening on the 2. See that inside pull.
Yeah.
Yeah. His final timeout.
What are you looking for here? What's the thing that you're most afraid of if you're Balcos?
I'm afraid of a pull kick, of a dead bar pull kick splitting me if I'm off my timing. Because it's there, it's massive. And he keeps pulling it off and off and off. It's either going to be a split pull kick or push. He can get that little rinky-dink pull in there if he wants to. But Balcos is being steady with his zone. Tried to do a push kick.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
No, that's not there. So there it is. The slider push. Rue talked him into it in 5 games, all the way you could go. Jacob Balcos is defeated by Terry Rue.